effort to neaten up Daphne, and we all know that she can't hardly get any neater than she is. We're going to go in here and try this methodology of binding together sparking wires, spark plug wires, and just kind of see how that does. I'm kind of curious about that, you know, with pull ties as described therein. And we're going to put a circuit breaker on that, and then I'm going in because that's all I want to do because it's too hot. Well, I'm going to use cable control here. That's an interesting way of putting it. And there's your part number on these. These are the big heavy duty kind. 124 pound. They're big, and that's what I want because I want them to be separated. Oop. Get out of here, gadfly. And Guy Gadois, medieval castle specialist. So we're going to put these on there. So what you do is, I'll do you step by step here. So you wrap around the wires that you want to bind, be it 2, 3, or 4, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. And I think there's some metal up there. Don't have to worry too much about that on this boy. So there's a separator on that one already. Well, I didn't know that. Well, good on me. I thought there was nothing there. I guess I found something. Here, we're going to go in the back. I'll show you what it looks like. Let's look on the other side. It's got things kind of tight around here. Oh, I love that thing. Let's go over here. I notice when I watch videos, people panting, and I'm one of those guys because I can hardly stand this. All right. I've got the, you know what, I just don't see any reason in doing any of that here. Alright, well, I'm going to show you how it works anyway. Let's go to the back. I think I've got a bunch of, some cables right here. Let's just use them. So what we're going to do here, now this is in my way, instead of helping me. Alright. Oh, I remember that conversation well. I thought, what is it? Go get yourself a cinnamon girl then. Okay. So what you do is you do this here. We can do part 1 and stay together. And we're going to do an example of this. I got to tell you, I about had it. So, should have had much more water. So you do that loosely, like that, okay? And then, I don't want to waste these. It looks like I am wasting these. Should have got some waste, you know, I can't stand it. Hang on. We're not going to waste anything. These are kind of beat up old ones here. So you put your first loop on like that, and then you get another one, and I'll show you what it looks like. I know you could see this anywhere else, but I haven't posted any content in a little bit of time. Last thing was just the blue moon thing. So let's get the shortest possible one that we can waste. And I need to take a picture of this to send to my friend. So it ends up loosely like this. And so then you're going to tighten the two in the middle. Not real super tight, just tight enough. And then it ends up looking like this. Oh, what are you doing? I guess I had my finger in the wrong spot. Okay, so anyway, ends up looking like that. And we're going to just stay in real time here because I don't think I'm in any kind of a big time crunch, and I just can't find it in myself to do a short. I don't have that kind of content. Okay, so let's get the wire cutters. Oh boy, I'll throw these in the truck. I got 2 extra ones, so I'm going to throw them in my little middle box under there. Good, battery's disconnected. Into some of that ceiling fan. Maybe I can put it on the front porch. It is not an outside rated fan, so. But I don't care. I don't care about stuff like that. You should though. You have to. Don't do what I do now. So imagine if you had several of those along the line, and you're just fine. So anyway, that's what I was going to do here, but I didn't need to. Okay, so let's go do something else. Goodness gracious, let's go get a drink. Oh, I wanted to plug that thing in. It's that time of year for mice, that's right. Let me go see if I can find a timer, which I know I have many of. Incidentally, I got this about a year ago. I had read the directions, but it's called Bird X. And the one thing that it does not get rid of is birds. So, there. Rodent pest. Okay, I think I'm going to try to put this in the middle of the barn. Maybe over there in front of the motorcycle or something. I don't know. I don't know. I have to think about it. But I don't, up here it's not going to work. But it's okay. So I'm just going to leave that like, oh, got to take a picture of that. That's right. Today I have this 10, probably a little too big for this. Probably a lot too big, but at least it is a circuit breaker. In case I get it dead short. This is for the fuel pump here. I got a relay and I've got this thing that pops up, but I've decided that I want to change that, and so we will. And well, got all fancy taping all that up, didn't I? Well, I can untape it, and so I've already. Oop, dadgummit. Well, you saw it happen here, folks. So I have my big old ends ready to go. I'm not going to bother. There it is, right there, a little scutter. See it right there? And you know what that calls for, don't you? I like these impromptu things. These are always fun. It calls for elephant size hemostats. Dang, I can't even see the thing. So always, oh, sorry. I had my hand around the lariat there. And yeah, there it is. You can see it in real time here. You can see it getting lost in real time. There it is right there. See? Yay! Alright, back in the saddle here. Mick gave me those. I keep a little collection of them here for just such an emergency. Just took a minute to get it off, just take it off entirely. And I'm going to reuse this end here. And the problem is that whatever that was. What was the problem? The problem is that it not only pops up, but it won't matter so much now, but I want it closer to this fuse block here. So I went ahead and took it off, and we're going to go back over here to my little soldering station. And it's a little easier to work with stuff here. And I already got some tape. Oh, I want to take that tape up to the house. That's right, because this is the cheaper 3M stuff. And in automotive world, it's better to have this kind, this other kind, 33 plus or something. I forget what they call it, but yeah, this is the better stuff. All right, so that's what I'm going to use here. Okay, let's fix this up. All right, well, we got the big dogs here. We're ready to roll. I've got the old fuse or little fuse holder, the little one off, and I'm ready to put these on. And I need some dielectric grease because I just like doing that. It's just, I'm going to have to kind of smash those things on there. Those are left over from TR4 world, where you have those big round brown wires that are always hot in British cars of this era. And they have these big plugs on them for the generator. Ridiculous. Well, it was the most complicated thing on the car. I digress. The voltage regulator. Okay, well, let's get this going here. So all these pieces will be together soon. And I guess that's just a cover. I doubt that's hot. It'd be kind of dumb, wouldn't it? What am I thinking? I'm becoming edgy here. Okay, so I'm going to just show you the one here. So there's one end. Always dunk it in your red ruby stuff and put it on your, I made this little thing out of a piece of hardwood floor a long time ago. And I always use Flux. Just always use it. It does the solder flow so much better because it gets the grime in that's very acidic, so don't touch your eyes or face with this if you get it on your fingers. But it just makes solder flow so much better. and it gets the oxygen away and everything. It's just too cool. It's just too cool. So we're going to put it like this, and then I folded that wire over because this plug is for quite a bit larger wire. So there's that. Now I have a crimper. Let's just go get it. Let's do everything right here. Try to set a good example. And there's been some discussion about this. I am you see where the seam is here on these? See that seam? I don't go at it that way. I go at it this way. I go from behind it. I got the knobby part going up from the non-split side. I just find that to be better. I don't know why. See, it just does better. I don't know. And so let's get a little solder on there. And I've had this question too. I use this kind of solder here. I don't ever use rosin core, and they're not a sponsor. And I use the little itty bitty stuff, and it just flows so much better. So clean your tip off, and there's this right there. Ooh, smoky. It just eats eats it to pieces. Okay, there you go. And that's kind of bigger than your average bear there, so let that cool off, and you can just drop it. Oh, got myself in the finger. See right there. If anything can go wrong, it will. Okay, well, it's enough of that, and I'll show you what it looks like all done up here in a minute. But that's just a couple of my soldering tips. I know I mention them now and then, but they say, you know, you need to repeat and repeat, as my sister used to say. Okay. One other mistake that people make is they'll either have it sideways or down when they're soldering it, and you should have it up so the solder won't flow up into the forks there, or whatever you call them, the things that go on, the slippy things that go on. So okay, well I did that one. Let's shrink tube on. I got one red one and one black one, and I'm going to put the red one on here because this is hot. Maybe I don't have any red that small. Well, you can see it's red. I think the National whatever Association of Electricians said as long as you can mark the wire with whatever it is. Ooh, I could do a double heat here. Say. And okay, and I'll show you what I got here. Now, I'm just really concerned about getting this shrink tube on here. Tell you before we do that, these are fitting a little bit loosely, so I'm going to give that a little crimp there. Not much, and you give it down at the end so you can get it in there, and then it tightens up as you go. So this is a very delicate, got to have the feel for it operation here. And if it don't fit good, we'll just solder it. Okay, so that goes here. I don't mind it. Y'all want them to overhang a little tiny bit, because when they shrink, they shrink. Okay. That's a great old gun. It's not like the car freight things that don't last any time. That shrinks up pretty good. Now, talking to Mick today, he's working on an old air compressor I bought a long time ago, and I gave it to him, and he's working on it, and he put some new ends, plug-ins, where the pixies fly, and we were talking about strain relief, or I was. I'm kind of big on that. That's why I always see how I went a little long on that black shrink tube. Especially in a car. Okay. Oh, don't let that hit the wood too much or anything. What is all that? and how you sometimes you have to use Romex on heavy things to get enough current. That's from my welder, so that's 2 Romex wires because it's 220. Okay, so we're through with this. Let me turn that off, and I unplug. I turn everything off over at the circuit breaker board thingy. My finger's just all over that zoom button today. I don't know what that is, so we're just going to give a little dab here. You just don't need much. It's interesting to look up the word dielectric. I'll let you do that. But this is what I use. I'm going to put all this stuff away. So let's see how this looks. And I know I got tripods. I got 3 tripods, but I just don't seem to use them. Okay, so, oh, ow, still hot a little bit, would be. And let's see how tight that is now. Oh boy, that's nice. Oh boy. Really nice, really nice. Okay. Okay, so this one will go up to the maybe I ought to put, see if I can find some kind of red. It don't matter. You'll see this going to the red terminal. I'm trying to be a little bit too cautious with you guys. I don't need to be. But I'm going to wrap this with a little bit of this tape because of those ends hanging out there a little bit. You know, just like I burned my finger. You know, anything's going to go wrong. So you got to do everything you can. Act like you're on a boat or a plane when you're doing something, or on a motorcycle. And your sense of safety goes way up because you end up dead if you're not careful. Don't want that. Well, it can't be just a few minutes later. So I've got that back on here. There's the circuit breaker with a little tape around it, and it's going down to the little relay right there, the Bosch relay, 5-pin, and that's it. That's all I got to do. So I'm happy about that. So I'm like gum happy about getting that off the list. Got a bunch of stuff off the list today. Got my little creature feature thing going over there. Run off the mice. It'll come on like at 8 o'clock. I put bait out, but sometimes they'll eat that bait and crawl up in your car and die. And you know, so it's better to try to just keep them away. Some guys say leave the radio on, but then they say mice get used to it. So I'm just going to change up my tones every now and then. But it's about that. It's getting to be fall, and they're looking for a place to live. I found a great big rat over there one time, and I threw him out. He apparently ate poison, and nothing touched him for like a month. It was really gross. But yeah, get rid of the mice. Use Flux when you solder. Try that cable tie technique. And I got to go get something cool to drink. So give me a thumbs up. And, oh, I want to take this up and look under it. I've already done that. Hey, thanks for watching that video. That thing's 900 and something views. That's really nice. That's good for me. And I hadn't driven her much with that shifter knob, but I can tell you now I love that thing. Much better. Looks cool, too. So, okay. Well, I got to cut the grass tonight, too. So, I got all kinds of stuff going. All right. Thanks for being around with me and spending some time here. And we'll do something next time. Bye-bye. Spanish version of hey hey, kind of like that. Let me go save that.